If your hands and feet often feel like they're being stabbed by tiny burning needles, or you constantly experience the sensation of wearing thick, heavy socks, even though your bare feet are in direct contact with the floor, don't simply brush these symptoms off as just a normal part of aging or fatigue. These unusual and often distressing sensations, ranging from persistent tingling and numbness to phantom feelings of intense heat or cold, are not just random annoyances, but urgent warning signs sent by your nervous system, indicating that something is seriously wrong beneath the surface. Ignoring these symptoms doesn't just mean living with daily discomfort. It puts you at significant risk of a progressive decline that could lead to a complete loss of nerve function. When your nerves stop transmitting signals properly, you might find yourself unable to feel critical feedback like the pressure on the brake pedal while driving or the texture of the floor beneath your feet. This loss of sensation dramatically increases your chances of dangerous falls and accidents, which can result in fractures, loss of mobility, and ultimately a severe reduction in your independence and quality of life. But there is hope, and it lies in early detection and intervention. Your body has a remarkable ability to repair damaged nerves, but it requires the right building blocks, specific nutrients that support nerve health and regeneration. That's where I come in. I'm Dr. Michael Kent, and through years of research and clinical experience, I've identified benfotiamine as the key nutrient your nerves desperately need. Benfotiamine is a powerful, specialized form of vitamin bone that plays a crucial role in rebuilding the protective insulation that surrounds your nerves, known as the myelin sheath. This insulation is vital for proper nerve signal transmission, and without it, your nervous system's communication breaks down. However, it's important to be cautious. Not all supplements are created equal. The wrong form of vitamin bone, insufficient accompanying fats to aid in its absorption, or the presence of toxic levels of vitamin B6 in supplements can all interfere with your body's ability to heal. Over the next few minutes, I'll explain the underlying causes of this nerve damage in detail, including lifestyle factors, medical conditions, and nutritional deficiencies that often go overlooked. I'll also guide you through a simple yet effective daily routine that can help protect and repair your nervous system, potentially restoring sensation and improving your overall quality of life. Before we dive in, I encourage you to leave a comment below with your age, current symptoms, and any medications you're taking. I personally read every comment to better understand what might be depriving your nerves of essential nutrients, and to remind you that you are not alone in this struggle. Now let's move beyond textbooks and clinical jargon to focus on how these nerve issues directly impact your daily life and what actionable steps you can take starting today. Consider whether you are silently enduring these humiliating struggles that you might not even share with your spouse or children. Reflect on your morning routine. Do you leap out of bed as you did a decade ago, or do you find yourself sitting on the edge, feet planted on the floor, hesitating? Do you have to glance down, gripping the mattress edge, mentally calculating to ensure your feet are flat before putting your full weight on them? Do you feel unsteady as if walking on a boat, or sense your brain isn't quite sure where your feet are landing? Think about your time in the bathroom. When you turn on the tap, is it hard to tell if the water is hot or cold? Does what should be a comfortably warm stream suddenly feel like boiling acid or freezing ice on your skin? This isn't mere clumsiness, it's your sensory system malfunctioning. Consider dressing yourself. Are tiny shirt buttons becoming frustratingly difficult? Are you dropping car keys or your coffee mug, puzzling you because your hands look fine and you know you're not weak? You drop things because the biological signals from your brain to your fingers are broken. You literally can't feel how much pressure you're applying. Perhaps your days are manageable, but the nights are a nightmare. You lie in bed exhausted, but as soon as you pull the sheets over your legs, your feet start vibrating, burning, itching deep within muscles where you can scratch. Even the light touch of a cotton blanket feels like rough sandpaper against your toes, and no matter how you shift or turn, you can't find relief. You lie awake, staring at the ceiling, wondering how much longer you can endure this. If any of this resonates with you, if you see your own life reflected in these words, your nerves are sending a desperate distress signal. You've probably sought help, made an appointment, waited weeks, sat on a cold exam table, and vividly described the burning numbness and fear of falling. Yet what did the doctor do? Likely they looked at a computer screen instead of at you, sighed, patronized you, and told you these symptoms are merely part of aging, just normal. Then they prescribed a heavy nerve-numbing medication that doesn't fix the damaged nerve, but chemically disconnects your brain from the pain, leaving you dizzy, confused, and zombified all day. Afterwards, they sent you home, warning only to be careful on the stairs. I'm here to say that this is completely unacceptable. You are not losing your mind. The pain is real, and this is not normal aging. What you're describing perfectly matches clinical signs of severe mechanical failure in your nervous system. You are being dismissed by a medical system that lacks the time or resources to address the root cause of your suffering. Let me explain exactly what is breaking down in your body right now. Once you understand the mechanical blueprint of this damage, the solution will become clear, and you'll see why your current routine is failing you. For a moment, visualize the physical structure of your own home. Think about the electrical wiring hidden behind your walls. From your main breaker box located in the garage or basement, electrical cables are carefully routed through the intricate and often complex framework of your house, extending to every switch, outlet, and fixture to ensure a steady, reliable flow of electricity throughout your entire home. Each of these cables houses a copper wire, which is the actual conductor carrying live electrical current, and this wire is enveloped in a thick layer of plastic insulation designed specifically to prevent dangerous electrical leaks, sparks, or fires that could otherwise cause significant damage or pose serious safety hazards to you and your family. In a fascinating parallel, your central nervous system functions in a remarkably similar manner. Your brain and spinal cord serve as the main control center or breaker box, sending out crucial electrical signals through millions of slender nerve fibers. These fibers are coated with a specialized protective covering called the myelin sheath, which acts much like the cable's insulation, safeguarding the delicate nerve signals as they travel rapidly and efficiently to different parts of your body. When you were younger, this myelin sheath was robust, thick, and intact, allowing for lightning-fast signal transmission, so your body could respond swiftly and accurately to external stimuli. For example, reacting instantly when you accidentally stepped on a sharp pebble, thereby preventing injury and potential harm. Unfortunately, as you age or due to certain medical conditions, this insulation begins to deteriorate and fray, much like worn rubber on an aging electrical wire, resulting in nerve signals leaking into the surrounding tissue. This phenomenon, often described as biological sparking, manifests as uncomfortable sensations such as burning pain, tingling, and the familiar pins and needles feeling that many people experience. If this issue is left untreated or ignored for too long, the nerve fibers can eventually break down completely, leading to numbness when your brain's signals reach a dead end and can no longer be transmitted effectively. Many patients often wonder why such nerve damage occurs despite maintaining a healthy diet and taking supplements regularly. The key to understanding this lies in the essential role of vitamin bone, also known as thiamine, which is absolutely crucial for the repair and regeneration of the myelin sheath. Without an adequate supply of thiamine, no amount of rest, hydration, or conventional medication can successfully restore the damaged nerve insulation, leaving your nervous system vulnerable, impaired, and prone to further deterioration over time. Therefore, ensuring proper nutritional support, particularly sufficient vitamin bone intake through a combination of a balanced diet rich in whole foods, and if necessary targeted supplementation, is fundamental to maintaining nerve health and preventing the progressive loss of nerve function that can severely impact quality of life, mobility, and overall well-being. If you're eating nutritious foods rich in vitamin bone, you might wonder why your nerves still feel like they're starving. The truth is, swallowing food is only the first step. The crucial second step is absorption. Right now, two major invisible obstacles are preventing this vital nutrient from reaching your extremities. The first barrier arises from the natural aging of your digestive system. As you enter your 60s and 70s, the chemical environment in your stomach undergoes significant changes, especially a sharp decline in the production of stomach acid. Strong, highly acidic gastric juice is essential for breaking down the complex structure of the foods you eat and releasing the hidden vitamins. When you were younger, your digestive system was like a furnace, efficiently extracting nearly all the vitamin bone from a bowl of fortified cereal or plate of lean pork. But now, with diminished stomach acid, eating the same foods might allow your body to absorb only 10 to 15% of the vitamin. You're doing everything right, chewing well, swallowing. But your internal nutrient extraction machinery is failing, causing the vital bone to pass through your digestive tract and end up wasted. It's like filling your car's gas tank only to have a huge leak in the fuel line. Yet, the problem doesn't end there. The second, even more significant roadblock is something most people don't realize. Is your daily medication routine quietly sabotaging your vitamin bone levels? Consider your morning routine. Waking up, pouring a cup of coffee, and taking your prescribed medications as directed. For many, this includes a diuretic, commonly known as a water pill, which is prescribed to lower blood pressure by prompting your kidneys to expel excess fluid and sodium through urine. However, this comes with a devastating side effect no one warns you about. Vitamin bone is water-soluble, traveling in your blood's fluids. Each time the diuretic flushes out fluid, it also washes away your essential nerve-protecting vitamin bone. Let that sink in. Every morning while doing what's best for your heart, you're unintentionally triggering a chemical reaction that leaves your nerves starved of this vital nutrient by early afternoon. But don't misunderstand me. I'm not advising you to stop taking your blood pressure medication. Your heart health is paramount. What I'm urging is that you actively replace the very nutrients these medications are stripping from your body. The same issue occurs if you take metformin for blood sugar management, as it disrupts your gut microbiome and severely hampers vitamin absorption. Over-the-counter antacids, often used after heavy meals, further compound the problem by neutralizing the already reduced stomach acid, effectively shutting down nutrient extraction. This is a cruel irony. The medical treatments designed to keep you alive are simultaneously causing side effects that erode your quality of life by depleting the nutrients your nerves desperately need. When you complain about the pain caused by those pills, the usual response is to give you another pill that simply numbs your brain. Human nature then takes its course. You realize you need vitamin bone, refuse to give up, and head to the local pharmacy. There you walk down the vitamin aisle, buy a bottle labeled vitamin bone, and take it every day. But a month later, your feet are still burning, leaving you feeling cheated and hopeless. However, the reason that pharmacy vitamin failed you is not because your body is beyond repair. It's because you likely used the wrong tool for the job. At the point of frustration, when the medical system seems to have abandoned you to your prescriptions, most people try to take matters into their own hands. You probably stood before that overwhelming wall of vitamins, purchased a bottle that simply said vitamin on bone, and took it diligently every morning, hoping for a miracle. Yet a month later, you were still lying awake with burning feet, feeling cheated and like you wasted your money. You might have convinced yourself your body is too broken to heal or that vitamins don't work for you. But listen carefully. The failure isn't because your body is broken. It's because you bought the wrong type of vitamin bone. The cheap generic compound you were sold is biologically unable to repair your nerves. If you look at the back of that bottle, you'll probably see thiamine hydrochloride or thiamine mononitrate listed. Standard generic forms of the vitamin that share a fatal flaw for nerve repair. They are water-soluble. Now, consider your nervous system's anatomy. Your brain's spinal cord, especially the myelin sheath insulating your nerves, are made of dense fats and lipids. We all know from basic chemistry that oil and water don't mix, they repel each other. When you swallow that cheap, water-soluble bone pill, it dissolves in your stomach and enters your watery bloodstream. But when it tries to enter the nerve cells to repair the damaged fibers, it encounters a solid wall of fat and bounces right off because it's water-based. Only a tiny fraction might slip through, but most of the vitamin circulates in your blood until your kidneys filter it out, and you literally flush it down the toilet hours later. Taking regular vitamin bone for severe nerve damage is like trying to wash heavy grease off your hands with freezing cold water. The water just beads up and slides off, accomplishing nothing. To truly penetrate that fatty nerve tissue and stop the sparking while rebuilding the insulation, you need a specialized form of vitamin bone that communicates in the same biological language as your nerves, a fat-soluble form called Benfotiamine. Remember that name. What? Because benfotiamine is fat-soluble, it bypasses the lipid barriers that block regular cheap vitamins, doesn't bounce off the nerve, and soaks directly through the fatty myelin sheath, just like thick oil soaks into dry, cracked leather. Benfotiamine penetrates deeply into starving nerve fibers, effectively clearing away toxic metabolic waste products that accumulate due to impaired nerve function, and providing essential nutrients that are critical for the repair and regeneration of the myelin sheath, a protective fatty layer that insulates nerve fibers and is crucial for efficient nerve signal transmission and overall neurological health. This process reflects the body's remarkable natural ability to heal itself when it is properly supported by targeted supplementation combined with appropriate lifestyle modifications such as improved diet, regular exercise, and stress management. However, simply knowing or understanding the function of benfotiamine is not sufficient to guarantee healing. Improper, inconsistent, or incomplete use of the supplement can significantly delay the repair process, prolong symptoms such as pain, numbness, and burning sensations, and lead to frustration and reduced motivation to continue treatment. Achieving success with benfotiamine therapy depends heavily on strict daily adherence to a carefully designed dosing protocol that is tailored to the severity of symptoms and individual metabolic needs. In clinical practice, I typically start patients on a dose of 150 mg daily for those presenting with mild to moderate symptoms, while increasing the dose to 300 mg daily for severe cases characterized by worsening balance issues, intense burning sensations that disrupt sleep, or significant numbness, all of which indicate a greater need for enhanced. It is important to begin at the lower dose of 150 mg for at least 3 days to allow the digestive system to adjust and minimize potential gastrointestinal side effects. However, reaching and maintaining the full therapeutic dose is essential to achieve effective nerve repair. Because benfotiamine is fat-soluble, it must be taken with healthy fats such as buttered eggs, cream, peanut butter, or avocado to optimize absorption. Taking it with water alone or dry food significantly reduces uptake, essentially wasting the supplement and delaying progress toward perfection. Timing of administration is also crucial. It should be taken only in the morning, as the energizing properties of B vitamins contained in benfotiamine can interfere with sleep if taken later in the day, which in turn negatively impacts the body's recovery process. Patients who follow this regimen closely typically notice a reduction in brain fog within the first week, although symptoms like burning in the feet may persist initially. By the second to third week, sensations such as tingling or intermittent burning often represent nerve fibers reconnecting and healing rather than worsening nerve damage. This knowledge helps set realistic expectations, empowering patients to persist through early discomfort and challenges, ultimately supporting a steady path toward neurological recovery and improved quality of life. This is clear evidence your nerves are starting to recover. If the sensation becomes too intense, Reduce your dose to 150 milligrams for a few days before increasing it again. Over the first 3 months, the burning pain will lessen from a roar to a hum and eventually fade. As this happens, your independence returns. You'll walk confidently, dress without fumbling, handle objects steadily, and feel the brake pedal under your foot again. However, if you have cancer or see an oncologist, consult your doctor before high-dose vitamins. Also, Benfotiamine works best with the right B-complex vitamins. Avoid cheap forms like pyridoxine hydrochloride and cyanocobalamin, and choose 5-PEP and methylcobalamin instead. You can either ignore this advice and let pain worsen or take control by combining Benfotiamine with proper B vitamins, eating healthy fats in the morning, and committing daily. This routine is your path to freedom. Start tomorrow, and in 30 to 60 days, you could be pain-free and sleeping peacefully. When that happens, share your story to give others hope. If this resonates, please like and subscribe. In the next video, I'll explain how to open tiny blood vessels, delivering oxygen to nerves. I'm Dr. Michael Kent. Your pain is real, your nerves can heal, and you can reclaim your independence starting tomorrow morning.